Good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian. This is the weekend workout where I invite you to play with your strength. Lauren's not joining us today. She'll be back next week, and we'll look forward to training with you today and the next time. First, we'll start with the head, neck, rib cage. Get the core going, wrist prep, play with the strength with our hand balances, maybe the handstand. Check it out. Start slow, stay strong. Let's go. At the head, neck, moderate shapes right now, chin tuck towards the chest. Then chin up or extension, looking to the ceiling. And repeat once more each. Moderate chin tucks, crown head high as the chin goes low. And repeat. Moderate up, gently pulling down. Reset the head, neck on the horizon, looking straight ahead. Now keep the nose as a center point. Laterally flex the head towards the shoulder of the body, but only move the head. I akin this to the teapot. Pour out of the teapot won't move. Balance the center and the nose. Return to a tall position. And lastly, with the head, neck, our rotations. Continue to tuck that chin in and slowly look over the shoulder. And from there, return to center. And then again, slow and steady. Does not need to be big ranges at all, but look to grow tall, to make room. It might sound like Rice Krispies so early in the morning here, but do it a little bit more frequently with a little bit more care, and maybe those Rice Krispies will get soggy and they won't make any sounds. Let's go rib cage though next. Extension and flexion. Keep the shoulder blades back. Gently flex the upper back. Then pull down. Connect that sternum to the hips as we look to extend. Repeating. The shoulder blades stay retracted, avoiding those dumpy shoulders for right now, and flexing through the upper back. The glutes might stay strong, engaged, lift up. Laterally flex the rib cage next, just like that head. Oscillate that rib cage could flex over the hips, return to center, and then again, flex the other way. Return center. Might you be able to do that without the head moving? Not easy, but pull. The pulley system here of the rib cage to the hips for 1 or 2 more repetitions. Head goes this way a little bit to go down that way, and then reset to center. Lastly, it's those rotations. So with the shoulder blades retracted, keep the head and hips forward, and just very casually, let's rotate through that T-spine. If you rotate it counterclockwise or left, retract that right shoulder. Return to center. As I rotate here to the clockwise direction, I'm keeping this left shoulder back, avoiding the round forward. Return through center, repeat 1 more time each. Shoulders in retraction, head stays front, hips stay front. Return. And then last time, create that stability down low, that mobility through that rib cage, and return to center. Let's get to the floor and working on some balances in our size of sits here today. So stand with your feet in your parallel position. Push your feet down, push your feet out. Feel some activation. Push down, pull in. Slurp up in that straw. Feel those inside muscles work. And then just give a little bit of a shake. From here, let's practice knees over toes. Pull the feet underneath of us as those knees go forward. Press the hips over top of those knees. From the side, that would look like knees over toes, where our hips stay over our feet. And then we're extending through the hips, then through the knees. Repeat 1 more here. Knees over toes, hips stay over those feet. Push the hips through. Grow towards your toe balance here today. And just hang out. Grow tall. Point those toes and also control the down. So now for 5 seconds, slowly return the heels to the floor, peeling up. Whew, feeling those arches work and shaking that out. Let's continue that. We'll go knees over toes. Now stay this height. And for 3 or 4 repetitions here, let's just find those demi points or lungy style feet and then press the heels to the floor. Repeat. Pull up. Think this adduction of pulling in tight to the body and then return the heels to the ground. Last repetition, balls of feet, nice little chair pose here. Then could you stay on those toes, extend through those hips, hold your next balance, rib cage over those hips, butts squeezing, driving down, growing tall, and then slowly returning to the floor. There we go. I said we get to the floor though, so let's actually get there this time. But use that flow of knees over toes. Then the heels could lift up, and then we could assemble in our lower toe squat here. Take your time finding hands or knees to the floor. Shake it out, back up, make room, and wrists first now. Fingertips to the floor. Laterally roll in and out on those fingertips and keep them down if you can. Try to avoid the flyaways. So one or two more, roll in, but keep the laterals down. Roll out, but keep those index or inner fingers down. And then go to that callus line. Now that we're on that callus line, do the same thing. Try to roll out to the pinky side, but keep the index knuckle heavy. Then roll to the index side, but keep that pinky knuckle heavy. Create tension. Those are two important parts of that hand tripod. Don't let the flyaways happen. So let's correct that to finish. One more time in, maybe one more time out, and then finally screw those hands into the floor. Blood donations forward, screw them on in, pull the hands to the knees, create tension on those wrists, and it might allow you to continue a drift forward, extending on the wrist. Then press through the hands, flick the wrist, shake it out, and then switch the hands to face laterally. Same idea though, fingertips first, calluses and then hands, screw them in. In this case, I'll be pressing to the right, shifting my weight to the left. Then I'll press to the left, shifting my weight to the other side, which is the right, I think. So continue to push for one or two more each side here, feeling that tension as you're allowed to press one way and go the other. Return to center, push through those hands, flick through those wrists, and then shake it out. From this position, let's get into a lunge. Hips are forward. You might need to narrow your base of support and then step through. At this position, coaching level hips and then those pelvic tilts, let's just draw a little bit of a circle around the hips, avoiding the hip hike. So think of creating a nice level surface, drawing a circle at the hip. So here I go. I'm going front. Then I'm going to be going clockwise here as I open, and I'm rotating on this hip right here. Currently, I'm out the back at 6, coming around that side corner here to 9, and then back through 12. I'll do that one more time. Think pulling in, and then back, and out, and around. Now do the same thing here. I'll go out, and then pull in, and over to 9 o'clock, through midnight, and one more time. And again, check the foot. Keep the big toe down heavy as we're drawing these circles now on this leg out front. Return to center. Think of a nice lunge position, and then could you get to the toe point, extend through this back hip, and pull a leg underneath with control. Then switch. Same thing other side. If you're hiked this way, we're doing this drill rather, to correct and find that nice level, strong position for the hips. So on this back leg, I'll be going counterclockwise first, but I'll start with a pelvic tilt to midnight, and then going around and trying to work that femur head in this hip at the back, out to the side, from the side or 3 o'clock to midnight. We'll do it twice again here. So in, and then out, and back to center. And then on this leg, same thing. Go in, across the body, pull it back, out to the side, pull and push that femur bone in and out of that hip, finish back in that lunge position, and then toe point, pull it underneath, keep this hip extended, and let's return back to those hands. Getting into a little bit of some rolling here. So set up your hands in a nice wide or wide position. Then could you turn a palm up so it faces the ceiling with the hand placed close to the knee. Then look at the head neck to tuck a chin. Then casually roll, looking to connect the shoulder blade to the floor. Take a breath. Exhale, press. Assemble those hands back in a nice wide position. Then turn the palm up, lead with the head neck, tucking a chin, connecting the shoulder to the other side, and then press. Repeat again, chin tuck. Lead with that head neck, looking to get the shoulder to the floor, press through. And again, chin tuck, look and reach, take a breath, and through. Keep doing that if that drill is for you, or join me as I take that into our judo style roll, pressing over the shoulder, finishing in a nice tall sit. You can reverse those steps too. Take your time, check it out. Enjoy those nice spine rolls here. Turn the palm up at the side of the hip. Tuck a chin. Reach, press through those legs, pull yourself through, or maybe this time you're sitting in your L sit. And you can try to reverse that too. Play with that on your own. Join us next week to progress that rolling pattern for core strength and then spine suppleness as well. From here, can we sit back in that sides of squat pose? From then, press the hips through, tuck the toes. With those hands, let's press back towards the toe squat here. Assemble tall, press down, grow up, hips through, rib cage down, whew, a little tough balance there, and slow the heels to the floor. Shake that out. All right, now that we're back up here, just to integrate one more drill for that upper body warm up here that I've dubbed the Excavator. Inspired by those Indian clubs I like to use, think of the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. We'll start with the palms facing forward, and at the wrists, flex so the palms face towards the ceiling. When you're out of safe ranges there, just check, and as much as you can, try to have your pinkies face forward. From there, flex or bend on the elbows. Next, keep the armpits low and lift the elbows or point the elbows towards forward. And then pull the elbows back down, extend through the elbow, and then finish with the wrist. This time, the hands will be facing towards the back. And same thing, try to have the pinky fingers point straight lines to the back rather than where they might be in the sense of this turned out position. So from the wrists in extension, we'll then scoop underneath. Once you're out of room there, it's that flexion or bend on the elbow. Then the armpits continue to pull down to activate the serratus or those lats as we push the elbows towards forward. And then elbows down to the body. Extend through the elbows next. And then finish with the wrists. There's one more add-on here where we could extend the shoulder. So with the shoulder blades retracted, casually reach back. Keep the wrists in extension. Then from this new shoulders position here, we could flex on the wrist, then bend on the elbow. Then the shoulders are next, so pull down to get up and pull back down to this racks position or elbows to side. Extend through the elbow, finish with the wrist. And then perhaps get those octopus arms in there and wiggle it out. Hopefully that felt stretched, strength, making room for now some work on those hands. Let's get back to the floor through a forward fold this time. So that utilizes that roll pattern we worked on before, and we could start with our head chin towards the ceiling. From there, it could be a chin tuck towards the body. The shoulder blades are retracted, and we flex or round through the upper back. We're keeping the hips on top of those feet, taking our time. And if you need to bend the knees, of course, bend those knees. But then encourage them to stay straight. Take a breath or two more. Then pull your belly button towards spine. Stack from the bottom to the top. The rib cage stays down as we extend up. And take a breath. Now we'll do that one more time, but we'll end up on the ground. So start with your head, neck in a gentle extension. Then pull down, crown head high as we go low. Then retract the shoulders. Push the feet out to create stability. And then flex the trunk. The hips haven't flexed yet. It's the upper back doing its thing all the way down. Then from there, place the hands on the floor. Assemble on your knees. And down dog time. So, set it up. We could, again, work from the knees here and just work on single leg versions of this hip extension here. For us, as it pertains to the handstand, let's have fun in our down dog. Start with your hips tipped to the ceiling, push the floor forward. Pull the knees off the ground by pressing those feet back. Then lift the knees and hang out for your first down dog. Tip the hips to the ceiling. Reach the hips high by tipping the hips rather than straightening the knees. Then pull those hands and knees together. Assemble on your all fours. How did that feel? If that was great, please feel free to follow me on this 3-point down dog drill. We're in our high plank. I'll be pushing the floor forward, flicking through the toe, and reaching long, aiming to stay square. Then I'll pull my hands to my feet, assemble in my planche-esque position here, and then point. Pull, push those hands, point those toes, square the body, and pull all the way through. One more time for this set. Toe point. Use that energy to press away. We're shrugging the shoulders, checking in on our body position here, pulling in, engaging those core muscles. Then flick the power of the foot. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Then pull back. Knees down. Push through. And just shake that out. Let's take a break off those hands here, assembling in our sit. Nice and tall. And I always show this one first because this one's the easy one for me. Barely have to use that hand and standardize that our rib cage is over the hips. So let's just gently slumpify that drill here. And if we're here, let's first grip the floor, straighten the elbow, pack the shoulder. Then use the hand to pull your rib cage back on top of those hips. Use those outriggers, create tension and time here for core strength. If this is a really unavailable position for you on account of heels or ankles into the ground, put your bum up on a pillow. It should make this drill a little more available as a beginner. So we're here. Maybe now let's take away those hands. Can we sit nice and tall? Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, no rules right now. Switch to the other side. And again, it's a little bit less graceful as I'm here. A little bit tighter, a little bit harder. So I'll utilize that outrigger as well. Point those toes, then press through that hand that the rib cage again could sit right on top of those hips. Breathe. Create time here. Maybe pull and push through those hips. Maybe it needs this back hip extension or front leg compression, pulling in. Build time, build awareness, check out. And again, could we own that position without the outrigger, or maybe it's just a fingertip? Let's return to that down dog position for one more set, working on that 3-point down dog. So we're in our plank, the hips are tucked under, and we flick through the toe and push. Ooh, and if you feel the wall out the back, next set, let's just move forward a little bit. So same thing though, we flick through the toe, push towards the ceiling, shrugging, reaching. Could the heel of the leg on the floor touch? Pull on through, press. Get the stretch, build that strength awareness here of where is square, or at least just think about it. Point, push, we're shrugging the floor away. We'll pull through again, and then last one each here. Point, reach, drive those hands in the ground, then pull to the feet to activate cores, and then press, point. Where's that leg in space? Educate it with tension. Then knees down. Push through, and one more time in our splits-like position here. So from that narrow mur, let's go out just a little bit, sitting up nice and tall. Also, if this pose is a little challenging, bump your butt up, sit on a little yoga block or a little pillow, because we want to maintain the integrities of the low back. If we're slumpy this way, it might require us to push down, tilt those hips a little bit, to help assist the spine. Pulling these femur heads into the hips also helps keep that nice strong position for the low back and the hips. So check out, how's it going? Sit there a little bit longer, adjust if you need. With those hands out front, we could either have dorsiflexed ankles or pointed. Pick one, but not the soft shape in between. So here I'll be using my points. Now, hands on the ground, extend. Keeping the chin neutral, push the heart or sternum forward, keeping the low back long. Take a breath. And then easy to reset. Hope that could increase tension along our sides, our inner groin lines here, and that extension shape through the back. Let's repeat that twice more. The heart extends forward here, keeping your breath. And I like to think of the rib cage and the spine as a telescope for this drill. We're pushing out, and then easy does it, returning back. One more time. We might be able to encourage that with a little bit of a tiptoe of the fingers along there. But keep breathing. Maintain that extension shape of the spine, avoiding the flex for this moment here. And then press back and assemble tall. From here, let's go to our plank. One more time, high tension here. Open those grips. We set up just like we were about to in that down dog position. But now, let's exify it, meaning pull that right hand to your left foot and left foot to your right hand. Then chill. Then pull the right hand to the left foot and the left foot to the right hand, or the other way. But think of that X. I'll get it right this time. Now pull the right hand to the left foot. Chill. Pull the left hand to the right foot. Chill. Now do both at the same time. So pull right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Hold, leave, 3, 2, relax, tip the tailbone to the ceiling, enjoy that little down dog stretch on the up, and either your hinge like I'm showing, or the fold from before, extend to tall, and shake it out. How's it going? Hey, a little sip of coffee, I think, here. Hope your morning's going well. I'm having a good time here. I'm feeling nice and warm. We've been able to check in on the wrists, warm up the core, check in on those hips. Let's progress with some single leg squats today and a first exhibit at the zoo. Where do you want to go at the zoo? I like to go to the lizard exhibit, so let's go there first. Set up your hinge. Encourage those hamstrings to open up again. Lift the bum, and then either tip, reach forward, and let's come back to that high plank position. From here, kick a bum. Place a hand near the foot and breathe. I'll press my knee towards over the toe. I'll push energy out of the heel in the back. Then reverse that or scissor as I pull my heel of the front leg toward my center, and I'm pulling my back leg forward as well. Repeat one more time. Push through the foot to the back, shooting energy out of the heel, and push through the foot, encouraging that knee to go over the toe. Then pull into center, then keep pulling, bend the leg, return to plank. One more time, other side. A bum kick, use the foot. Place down, take a breath. Push the front foot forward, push the back leg back, create that scissor-like tension, and then slowly switch as we pull into center, pulling the foot into center or along the floor. One last time, let's push forward, pushing the foot forward, pushing the foot back, shooting energy out of that heel. Then one last time, pull into center, then keep pulling, returning to plank. Place those knees down, push the floor away, shake out wrists. And from here, I'm going to tuck my toes. Then I'll push back to my toe squat. And from there, extend through and reset to the floor. Oh, those lizard exhibits. We're going from the lizard to the flamingo here, enjoying a nice little walk, and think a spinal flexion movement here. So as I take a step left to my left foot, back of heel to the front, we'll take our time and flex. And then up, pull, push from the floor, heel to ball of foot here. And as you transition, you might bend that one leg, but flex at the spine and up. Repeat a couple more. If you could keep the legs straighter, that might be harder. Check it out. And then through. And as you go down, it's the top down, flexing the spine. And then we come up. It's that bottom to stack tall. Last one each here for me. Top down on the round. Bottom up to stack tall. Last one. Top down when we go to the ground. And bottom up to stack tall. And shake it out. Oh, that ostrich right there. We've been to the zoo. We've done our thing here. Let's have a little bit of fun again with some gentle kick-ups. My favorite way to kick up is the step-in entry here. And first, it's that hollow body, shoulder shrug. Reach to the floor, little bit of air, push through, assemble tall. Same leg. Alternate those legs if you can. Let's do this first set of baby airs here with control. Super quiet. Maybe again, shrugging shoulders. Pushing the floor away. Landing, hands, and then press. It's that handstand. Maybe last one each. Down and through. Last one. And press. How did you feel with that set? Maybe you got more familiar with that weight necessary to get towards up. Build confidence, take your time, and rest in between. Could be a lot of work on those hands. Let's work on that single leg squat. So with the single leg, pull it to have your toe resting on that inner ankle bone. Knees towards across the body. From here, we'll go knee over toe. Now push the hip through over top of that knee, then straighten the knee. Repeating, it's knee over toe, hips stay over the foot, then push the hip through, then think straightening through the standing leg knee. Repeating one more time, knee over toe, hips through, stand tall, and perhaps add the toe balance. 3, 2, slow down. Shake that out, that tension and relaxation. Same thing on the other side. Pull, in. Create tension by pulling in again here. And next, it's that knee bend over toe. The hip drives through, extend to tall, repeat 2 more. Knee over toe. Pull the knee in just a little bit so the hip doesn't go out, and extend the hip through on a single leg, repeating last one. Knee over toe, lift this knee up to help stabilize the movement, extend the hip through, find that toe balance if allowed, holding for a couple seconds, and then slowly return, shake it out, reset. Let's do one more set of our handstand kick-up entry here, repeating. Whew. Let's do it. Up and down. I'll be switching here or scissoring my legs as I'll go up and then switch which leg came back down. I take off left, find the handstand, come down with the right, and then this side I'll take off with the right and then return to the ground on the left. One more time each for me. Toe ball heel, find the balance, switch through, toe on the takeoff, find your hollow position, and then press through. A couple things were going through my mind as I was doing those handstands. One, should have tucked my shirt in. Performance enhancing tip number 1. But then number 2, always finding that rib cage to hips. I think Lauren would have called me out if I was in my banana shape or my legs were pointing to 1 o'clock on the clock face. We're always trying to work on it. But first, have fun. Second, well, first, be safe. Second, have fun. And it will be a process. So thank you for joining us on mine. Returning to our single leg squat in the effort to perhaps get lower. Pull. We're up on a single leg. Then, knee over toe. Okay, we've been here before. But now, give yourself a kickstand spot. Even just a light toe tap will let you go a little bit lower. Then, pull the kickstand away and extend that hip from a slightly new position. Repeating. It's a single leg squat down, no kickstand yet. Then, tap down the kickstand. Perhaps sink that little bit, keep those heels heavy, then pull off, extend the hip through. One more time. Knee over toe. Then we can tap down. Then we lift. Extend the hip through, hold the balance, and maybe work on that toe balance again. We might be getting fatigued. We might be hitting our stride. But no matter what, if we can, ooh, I gotta bail. If we can, it's coming down with control. And if you bail, it happens, but work on not bailing. Same thing other side, our 3 repetitions. It's the knee over toe, the kickstand spot. You might get lower in that moment, then lift away and concentrate on extending or pushing the hip through. Repeat, knee over toe. Kickstand assist, perhaps to get lower. Take the kickstand away, extend the hip to tall. Last repetition again, it's that knee over toe. Kickstand spot, maybe we get low, then take it away, pushing the hip through and owning this last balance. And maybe we have that chair or wall by our side. Little bits go a long way, and slow down with mostly controlled efforts there. How we doing? Continuing our handstand journey, the wall stand. Keep working on your versions to make it safe and strong. I'll do my first off that chair, working on a pike stand variation first, and then we'll continue the effort to build time under tension upside down. I'd recommend that you actually anchor this wall, chair, or apparatus against the wall. Make it heavy. This is not a great idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna be in that same plank position we've been in before. Then pushing through the hands, we're working ourselves towards this upside down inversion and really concentrating on breathing. I'd have to check looking at the camera, but we're trying to keep our bum as much over those hands as we possibly can. Breathe, 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 breathe. Then come down nice and control. And why I like using a chair is because then I get to hang out. But I would absolutely not like people hanging out like this. Of course, it would be more strict. So let's just not even do that on the chair. But rest for a second. That was maybe 10 or 15. How does that feel? Let's do that again and build confidence with that pike stand off a small apparatus like a chair, box, windowsill, something safe and anchored I'd recommend. And then maybe we'll try that on the wall. So for one more time, shake it out. Let's build that endurance. Hollow out like our nice handstands would be. We're shrugging, shrugging, shrugging. Push through the floor. Build awareness and expand through those wrists. Pressing through the floor. Reach your hips over the hands. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe 5 more seconds here. You can't ever push down hard enough, but it usually does it. Return to your sit. Shake it out like it's easy. I think we all know it's not. And then we'll rest. I'm going to take that chair off to the side. But I'm back. Here we are working on that single leg squat. This time we'll kick the leg out front. Gonna say hello to those hip flexors and quads. Let's do it. 2 repetitions only for this one. Pull. Nice and slow, go down. Then we're gonna hold that leg out front for 5, 4, maybe you can get lower. 3, 2, then extend the hip through, bending on the knee, return the foot to the ankle, and one more time. Knee over toe. Extend on the knee with your toe point. Could you lift this leg higher, get lower on the other side? Then extend through, pull, and reset to tall. Same effort on the other side. Pull up, single leg down, then extend on the knee, keep it at the same height or higher as you go lower. Then extend the hip, pull. Breath. One more time. Knee over toe. Extend on the knee, pointing out front. Go low, lift high to help stabilize that movement. Then it get even higher as you extend through. Bend and tall stand. Oh my goodness, my voice, I can hear it in my breath. It's a lot of work. Moving on from the single leg squats to the wall stands here. From the chair, progress your skills to learn to climb a wall facing the wall. For this, hands tight. My feet will go on that chair rail, and I'll start walking myself to upside down. We'll hold again for about 15 seconds. Maybe that's not a good idea to talk. From here, We'll point the toes, tucking the chin, breathing, holding time. Straighten the elbows, shrug, shrug, shrug. Keep breathing, and then either walk down or a cartwheel down and push away. Realize here that normally that person's quiet and Lauren or the other person in the center doing the talking. I'm not sure if that was too much feedback there or not. But work on the upside down strength. Start on the ottoman or chair first, then progress towards the wall. One last time, single leg squats. Here we go. Pull up to the single leg, squat on the single leg. Point the leg out front, open it towards the side, then pull it to the front, extend through the hip, return it to the balance underneath. Oh my goodness, one more time. Knee over toe, straighten the knee, stay forward in the hips and the heart, open up towards the side, pull to the front, straighten, return, and down. 2 repetitions on the other side. Knee over toe, straighten on the knee, open to the side. Who is harder? Pull to center, extend to tall, return the leg underneath. Last time, knee over toe. Straighten the leg, open to the side, breathe, pull to center, straighten to tall, return the leg, assemble tall. This will be the last drill for us today on those hands. I'll be trying the minute of craziness, pursuing 1 repetition of a freestanding handstand. What are you up to? Let us know. How was today's practice? Beginner, easy, hard, you're an expert. Let us know if you are an expert how we did today. And if not, let us know anyway. We like hearing from our members. Let's do it. Handstand. Get your focus on, maybe you crawl around like a lizard. Maybe you're an elephant or a flamingo or any other animal you want. But here we go. 1 effort, handstand. Let's go. Oh. Ooh, had a little step out there. Had a save. Thought about bailing. Felt confident with it. 45 seconds. For a Saturday morning, not too bad. There we go. I'm a little sweaty. I've had a really great time here training with you, or at least with myself. So thank you very much for joining us live on Saturday mornings at 8 or in the archive thereafter. Lauren will be back next week. Together we'll be training with her bodyweight strength. We encourage you to have fun, stay strong, be safe, and we look forward to training with you soon. Have a wonderful Saturday. Have a good day. Bye-bye.